Like, ride with me if you ride with me, you can slide with me.
Hey y'all, and welcome to Wine Down with Lee. If this is your first time tuning into my channel, why don't you subscribe so that you can be a part of the LuvLees? You know what I'm saying? And if this is not your first time, welcome back. As you can see, I tried this sleek feed in ponytail that everyone has been doing, and baby, I'm loving it. So if you want to see how I did it, keep watching. Because my hair is truly thick in 4C, I sectioned it off into 4 sections so that I can straighten it. Of course, I applied some heat protectant and some oil because, I don't want to lose any hair with this process. My blow dryer's little comb was broken, it kept sliding off, so I couldn't use that, so I went straight into using a paddle brush and my blow dryer. And I took my little leopard parting comb and I went ahead and tried to do my part down the middle. But as you can see, my leopard comb didn't quite get it as straight as I wanted to. So I went back to the trusty metal tip comb to try to make sure that part was very crisp, very straight, because all parts matter when it comes to a straight part down the middle. So now, if you have the blessing and the curse like I do of having very thick 4C hair, you might have to take this extra step to just straighten your hair out just a little bit more when it comes to this hairstyle. So what you see me doing here is sectioning my hair off so that I can begin to flat iron those sections, because this just was not straight enough for me for the hairstyle that we're going for, which is a sleek ponytail. Now, during my extensive studies on YouTube University, I saw that if you put some hairspray on prior to putting on your Got to Be spray, it should prevent some flaking. So, that's of course what you see me doing here. Once I get this ponytail situated where I want it, I'm going to take my blow dryer with the nozzle on it to help speed up the drying process. Now, this next step is something that I got from my sister. Because I have natural hair and I don't want it to curl back up, I went ahead and used the black beeswax because it's not wet, so it won't allow my hair to go back to its natural state. And I'm using that to kind of, as you see here, slick my ponytail up, then spray the Got to Be on top of it to get everything in place. Remember, this step is basically step one. I'm flat ironing the front part of my hair again. Well, not again. I'm flat ironing the front part of my hair now. And then basically I'm going to do the same thing over again. I'll go ahead and put some beeswax on it to lay it down. I'll go ahead and spray it with some Got to Be. And then you'll see me go ahead and lay my edges. As I begin to swing my front part of my ponytail to the back part of my ponytail, I noticed that it wasn't quite where I wanted it. And there's that flaking. So I added some hairspray to stop the flaking. And look, it did it. Yeah, it went away. And so I moved my ponytail down just a little bit so that when I swoop the front portion of it, it will fit right in. And I had the perfect little swoop in the front. Now I'm gonna talk to y'all as y'all see me swooping this beeswax in, because me and my sister had this conversation. But do y'all remember Pro Style gel, the black gel that everybody used to put on their hair back in the day? That is the vibe that this beeswax is giving me, that Pro Style gel. Then you come back behind it with your spritz. Like, this whole hairstyle is giving me Pro Style and spritz all day. Make sure your arm strength game is on point, because mine were tired. Now, keep in mind, when you're putting beeswax on, it does not get hard. So this is why I went back with the Got to Be and sprayed everything down so that I can get it nice, crisp, hard, and, just everything set in place. And then, of course, your baby hairs. I laid my baby hairs with the edge booster, and of course it's the yellow container for the thick and coarse, and then I use some beeswax. Then I'm going to set everything with some more got to be, and then put my headscarf on so that we can begin this ponytail. Now, ladies and gentlemen, you must know how to braid to do this. Now, I started off with the Expression 72-inch hair, and I have them, the two parts that came in the pack, I sectioned them into two, and I put them all into that one rubber band. But you'll see later on that that one rubber band just wasn't strong enough for me. So yeah, no, my hair is really, really thick. And once I put it onto my hair, I noticed that it felt like the rubber band was really going to just pop and stretch and come right off. And I don't want to be in public walking around and my ponytail is on the ground. Like, no, that doesn't work for me. So I went back in and I took it off and went back in with my own hair tie and then reapplied it. Okay. So I went ahead and attached the extensions with the thicker ponytail holder, and I went ahead and braided the feed-in braid onto my hair. But I just didn't feel very comfortable and confident in the braid in the way that it looked. And as you can see, my hubby tried to help me out. He tried to come in and, kind of cut some pieces off and make it work, but no. Okay, my lovelies. So I'm back the next day and I have dreamt about how I'm going to tackle this mission, okay? Because I will not let this ponytail defeat me. When it came back in the next day, I slayed and laid those edges quickly, went ahead and did my little tentacles. And I was like, okay, let's get to business and get this ponytail in. Okay, so my first correction was after I sprayed my got to be, I went ahead and used the paper wrap versus my headscarf because I feel like my headscarf held in the moisture versus allowing my hair to dry. Now, I'm not gonna lie and pretend like I'm the best at explaining how to braid this on, ladies and gentlemen, but basically, I took the ponytail holder, wrapped it around my bun because I bunned my ponytail today versus letting it stick out. I put out little small pieces evenly from both sides in the front and put a clip on it because that is what I was going to use to wrap it around to cover the start of the braid. And then I evenly distributed 3 parts so that I can braid everything down. And that's basically what I did. And I went ahead and braided, and as I felt my braid getting small, I fed in more pieces as needed. And that's basically it. And this was the little extra part that I left out in the front to just wrap it around the top so that you can't see the start of the braid. Take some got to be, spray it down. I took one single bobby pin, pinned it in, took my blow dryer, blowed it down a little bit, and that was that on that. I didn't want to touch it with my fingers, so I used my metal tip hair comb to kind of, take some of the white away